Hey there, my Aquas. It's Wes with Aurawest Tarot, and today we're going to be doing your bi-weekly reading. This reading is going to go and cover the first 2 weeks, essentially, of January 2022. We're going to have your general messages, and then we're going to have the love portion, and lastly, your financial portion. The financial portion is not that long, but I did put it in the last because most people are here for really the love portion or the general messages. So, timestamps will be down below in the comment section down below. Just click my pinned comment and you can just advance to whatever section of the video you want to watch. Okay? So let's get right on into it. Give me the past, current, and future going into the first 2 weeks of January for the Zodiac sign of Aquarius, please. Get 2 cards for the recent past, 2 for the current, and 3 for the near future, please. For the Zodiac sign of Aquarius. Yes. And sorry for any of the interruptions. There's going to be some talking in the background. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about it. It's kind of annoying, but whatever. Alright, to clarify the page of... Jesus, we had one shoot out onto the Magician, so I'm going to take that. Clarify the page of Wands in reverse. Zodiac sign of Aquarius for the recent past. Why is that there? Clarify the Hanging Man upright for the recent past for Aquarius. Why is that there? I had another one show up on exactly the Ace of Pentacles in reverse that shot out as well. That's very interesting. Clarify the Seven of Swords upright for Aquarius' current. Why is that there? Very interesting. Aquarius energy in an Aquarius read, essentially. Ah, okay. Aquarius, how you doing? Clarify King of Wands in reverse, please. Why is that there? This is near future going into the first 2 weeks of January 2022. So Aquarius, we have, in your recent past year, we have the Page of Wands in reverse to the Moon in reverse. Okay, so it's difficult to say what that's about, but it does seem to me that if I were to have a educated guess, that this is someone that basically approached you, probably a fire sign, anyone that's Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, that approached you. Unfortunately, the offer was probably turned down. You didn't really, whatever the case was, this person wanted to move forwards with you. When I say move forwards with you, they wanted to have fun, something fun, exciting, enjoyable with you. Use your imagination. Maybe it's just going out to have a couple drinks with each other or just hanging out or doing something. This person could have also been sexually attracted to you, but whatever the case was, it seems like it was turned down for one reason or another. The Moon card in reverse, indicating that there might be an element of... I can't talk about self-deception a little bit, but this card does also talk about secrets being revealed, the light being casted on things that you didn't see before, so I think you might have a complex about this. Not a complex, I'm sorry, but like more of an understanding about this person, about things that you don't really like and really align with as far as this individual goes. And perhaps that's why you didn't want to push forwards with it. I also know this because of the Hangman upright, which suggests that you have been trying to get a new angle and perspective on it. Perhaps suggesting to yourself that you have to really think about this situation before moving forward, which is probably why you put it on hold. I know this also because of the Two of Pentacles upright, suggesting that you're balancing your career, your finances, your stability around this individual. So perhaps you thought that whatever offer was coming in was possibly unstable, and therefore it was a better and safer option just to reject it. Now, coming into your current, we have a rest and healing period, suggesting that you are just trying to be quiet. You may not be talking with this individual. Okay, if this is... Now, keep in mind, these are general messages, so I must tell you that, obviously, if being general messages can apply to a lot of, other things. For others of you, just a quick note, this could also have been, and I'm not intuitively getting this, to be honest, but I'm just telling you what the cards could possibly talk about. I'm not getting a big sense this was a financial thing. But for some of you, it's possible that if we were to apply this to a financial situation, excuse me, if I were to apply this to a financial situation, Aquarius, you probably need to get off your ass and start doing a bit more. It's probably suggesting that you need to do a little bit more work, you know, and maybe you've been kind of feeling like there's a lot of delays, things holding you back. You just can't really get moving forwards for one reason or not. Trying to juggle, you know, just juggle your regular life over whatever, okay? So that's for some of you, but so some of you may not be essentially a financial or a relationship situation. But I'm going to be honest with you, Aquarius, this spread right here, just looking at it immediately, it's going to talk about relationships. So I'll actually, you know, to make this easier, I'm just going to cover the relationship, the financial portion of this at the end. That'll make it a little bit more transparent, more easy to understand the spread, because it's very complicated if you were to look at it. Four of Wands, like I said, you're probably just in a rest, kind of like taking some silent time to yourself, trying to just, I don't know if it's just you're working on yourself or just seeing where things are going in your life, or whatever like that, but I don't think you want to talk to this person right now, and I know this because of the Seven of Swords, and talking about evasion. Who's it from? Probably a water sign of some sort. Don't want to talk to this person. This is probably the same person that came into you with this offer right here, but at the same time, you probably feel that you have better understanding about who this person is, what they've been up to. You may not necessarily trust this person, Aquarius. Okay? And I think with the Seven of Swords energy there, it does talk about craftiness. You know, somebody that would necessarily want to dodge or evade the situation. And I think that you're just saying, fuck it, I don't want to deal with this person right now. You know? Your love that you're bringing, even though it's a mature energy, for whatever reason, you probably don't trust it. Coming back to what I just said in the recent past. So, yeah. Going into your future, we have the Magician in reverse, and then it's clarified. So this is a card right off the bat, Aquarius, that's going to talk literally about a couple different things. There's a bad side to it, a really bad side to it, where it's like the deceptive con artist, backstabber bullshit. But there's also a side of it where it's just your self-doubt, where, you know, your ability to actually do, you know, take on the task of something that you want to do, you know, and the obvious solution is, you know, if we were living in a world where everything was positive, we would just say, yeah, we can do it. And you would find, like, you'd be like the MacGyver, basically finding some way to make it happen. But it's reversed here, suggesting that you don't really feel like you have the tools to make something happen. Okay? It's going to be negative self-talk, doubting yourself. I can't really make that happen. Now, how I kind of have the sense that this is what it's about is because of the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, suggesting an opportunity for growth and expansion into something. You kind of almost doubting your ability to get something off the ground. So for some of you Aquarians out there, you may have started on a venture, and you know, like I said, let me just stick with the relationship side, and then I'll kind of go to the business side of this, because that's going to get really confusing if I keep going back and forth. So for the first section of this, we're going to just say that if this is a relationship, then essentially the opportunity failed. Okay, I think this person would have approached you in the recent past, kind of trying to get it off the ground, but for one reason, like I said, you just decided to say, fuck it, I'm evading it. I don't want to deal with this shit anymore. Maybe because this person was not someone that you could have trusted. And based on the cards I'm getting so far, I don't think you trust this individual whatsoever. Okay? And then we also have the Chariot card that popped out all on its own over the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, that's Cancer energy. And Chariot is putting all your eggs in one basket. You're trying to push forward to something. What? To an opportunity. But I think it was turned down. As I said in the beginning, I think this opportunity was probably turned down by you, Aquarius. I don't think you wanted to deal with this individual. So, right next to it is the Moon in reverse. And what's interesting here is in your recent past, Moon in reverse, and here we have the Moon in reverse in your near future. Once again, confirming that you have seen the light in things. You have better perspective of things. Okay, it can talk about self-deception and all that kind of bullshit, but to be honest, I'm not really getting that here, Aquarius. I'm getting that this is something that there was darkness cloaked. There was shit that was hidden from view. But I think that, you know, the skies are clearing, and I think you're seeing kind of more of what does work for you and what doesn't work for you. And because of that better clarity and perspective, you're seeing the bigger picture here, and you're saying, you know what, that's probably why you're evading and trying to get away from this person. I mean, why would you want to, I mean, Seven of Swords is definitely a card of evasion, big time. And it's to the King of Cups upright, a Cancer energy. So well, it's not just specifically Cancer, it's a water energy. So probably a water sign of some sort, water fire sign. And it's like, one would say, why would you want to try to evade that? Because you probably know this person has caused a lot of problems or issues in the past. Okay? That's the main reason. Okay, and I think that with the Moon card in reverse here, you're probably getting better clarity and perspective, knowing that, yeah, this person fucked around. They caused problems and issues and stuff like that. And just if, for some of you, want to basically like really kind of put the cherry on the top, you know, cherry on the cake, we got the King of Wands in reverse, the player card. Once again, a fire sign that I was talking about in the beginning here. Okay, and there it is, the fire sign, once again. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Just apply it how it is, okay? You know, this is a fire sign that unfortunately is non-committal, has issues. And then we have the Six of Swords in reverse. So, this person probably came to you like this, right? You rejected it, went downright, okay? This person being basically a reversed a Wands energy is probably someone that has a temper, has an issue with what you rejected them. And I know this because the Six of Wands upright talks about basically being victorious in something. You're passionate, you're coming home to victory. You see, like, there's people at the bottom there all celebrating this person. It's reversed here. And I've said it in a couple of videos. This is my Narcissist card. And the Narcissist card is getting clarified to what? King of Wands in reverse. My player card. Narcissist player. I mean, this is a person that basically has temper, anger issues, just problems. That's when you really knew it, Aquarius. So, you know, this kind of ties back into exactly what I was saying. And I didn't even really pay attention to these cards in the beginning of this reading. And I was already kind of saying that this person probably, you know, somebody that you rejected for obvious reasons, had issues and stuff. And then lo and behold, we get to your current portion, and yeah. I mean, me not saying what. Narcissist card clarified to the player card. This is a person I think that you've dealt with many times before. You know they go around in circles, but I think this person has played you, Aquarius. I think this person knows which strings to pull and you know, and how you operate, and which is why they've stuck around in your life so much. Okay, but with the Moon card being reversed, I think you're seeing past all the illusions and bullshit. You're no longer falling for it anymore. In fact, you're actually evading it. You're just kind of choosing to say, fuck it, I don't want to deal with this shit anymore. Okay, and coming back to what I originally said, for the financial side of things, this may be just basically a, you know, for some of you financially, this is trying to kind of balance, just more of a balancing act with your general life. And I think that if we were to apply this to a financial situation, this is trying to evade essentially a love right now. I think you're just focusing on your money, Aquarius. That's what I'm getting. I think you're taking time and rest. I think that you might have been challenged, for some of you, in difficult situations. If it's not even about love, it may just be in your general life, just feeling that you don't really have much. You might have been apathetic, feeling very tired, just fatigued, just kind of out of it, trying to balance, trying to make a living and doing what you're doing and whatever like that, and you just don't feel like you really have much time for love. Okay? Some of you may have been putting your relationships or anything on the back burner. Okay? Magician in reverse. Some of you may have had some self-doubt about your abilities to basically get things moving forward. Might have, you know, I think some of you Aquarians out there in the financial standpoint just feeling like you don't really got what's needed to basically get something off the ground. Whether if you're an entrepreneur, you may just be doubting yourself. For others of you, it just may be that, you know, you're just never really going to reach that next level. You're always just stuck. Okay, even though you're wanting to put that chariot there, trying to make that happen. And there's, you know, if we're, like, once again, if we're applying this to a financial setting, this is talking about basically, you know, then we can apply the Six of Swords in reverse to feeling like you've had a lot of losses, just things thrown at you the whole time. Things are limiting your ability to move forwards with the King of Wands in reverse. Always being stifled. Some of you may have been creativity and just not creative. Just your energetic drive for it might have just been really stifled, and you might be seeing the light on things a little bit, but at the same time still struggling to really pull yourself to move forwards in a direction that probably would serve you better and make more money for yourself. Okay? Anyways, that's what I'm getting for you, Aquarius. I gotta move on. Let's get to can I get let's actually use the Lion Strategy deck. Can I get 2 challenges, please, for Aquarius with 2 solutions going into the first 2 weeks of January? What does Aquarius need to know? 2 challenges and 2 solutions, please. Well, I just we have that Ace of Pentacles show up again. Alright, so Chris, we're at the 4 of Cups in reverse here, suggesting that whatever disappointments that you might have incurred. So if you've been going through a period where just feel like things are not really going well for you, just kind of having that downer period where you're doing stuff in life, getting by, but at the same time just don't feel like you're really like going anywhere specific. It's just kind of, once again, that stagnation. I think you are coming out of it, and it's going to be slow. I think you must understand that it's not going to be very quick, but that's essentially what this challenge is that it's going to be something that's going to tax your mind for a while. You're coming out of it, so that's the good news, but I think it's going to be a bit of a slow process. And for some of you, the advice is the Ace of Pentacles, which is very interesting because in your near future we see Ace of Pentacles in reverse, clarified the Magician in reverse, wondering if we can really get that off the ground and put forward movement to it. Maybe it's something, like I said, you've been working on forever and you just feel like it's growing slowly, it's not going anywhere. Okay, the advice is that you need to be optimistic about, whatever dream you have. Okay, if it's if you're employed in a job, then the solution is basically not to continuously manifest and reminisce to yourself that things are not going anywhere. I think you need to basically hold on to the fact that yes, things can get better, and also there's other opportunities out there for financial growth. So, and even if this is a relationship, for a fresh start. So basically the principle here is, number 1, to come out of disappointment. The shoulda, the woulda, the couldas. If you've been that type of person that likes to sit under the tree, always reminiscing about, well, there was a time when things were good, but right now everything just sucks and it's very hard. You need to come out of that, okay? And that's the challenge. You got to come out of that first, okay? That's the first part to move forwards. And the second part is that you can't have a negative outcome as your vision. That's the bottom line. If you already think things have failed, then how the fuck can you move forward? You can't. Okay, you've already, at that point, if you've already decided things are not going anywhere, then you've decided things are not going anywhere. That's your outcome. So if you're expecting that, then expect things to not go anywhere. Okay, you gotta have basically a vision of where things are going, and even when things are tough, you have to have that. You gotta keep your head up high, even though it wants to go down. You gotta keep that boulder on your shoulders here. You gotta keep it upright. Okay, suggesting that essentially, if you want to have that vision of something going, somewhere new, you have to maintain that vision of wanting to go somewhere new, not the old, not the past shit that didn't, work in your life. Okay. Also, another thing with your challenge is temperance, indicating that for some of you are extending yourself way too many different directions. You're doing too many different things, trying to please other people and do whatever. And so, if that's being a challenge, you need to really balance your work life into your social life, or just whatever that may be. Maybe it's just your general life, or just getting on by. Okay, you need to have more balance in that. It's not going to happen for you. Your advice is 2 of Wands, essentially making clear choices about what exactly you are doing. If you don't know that, then you probably need to sit down and do that. So for some of you out there who are just feeling like you're in perpetual state of like a hurricane going, you know, or a tornado going around, and you just feel like all your thoughts and your ideas and everything are just in that tornado, it's going to be very hard to explain to someone where you're going. Don't do that. You know, sometimes in life, less is better, meaning that, you know, if we know clearly which direction we're putting our energy into, then we can safely, well, not safely, but we can basically easily express to others exactly what we're doing. And it makes us feel better because we feel like a master of what we're doing, because we're doing that one thing, not 50 different things. A jack of all trades, master of none, is not someone to really be, you know, be celebrated. Why? Because they just do everything but never do anything well. So, do you want to be one of those people, or do you want to be somebody that people say, yes, that person is clearly doing this thing, they do it very well? You'll get a lot more attention and respect from doing that than doing 50 different things. Just saying, Aquarius. So that probably suggests that if you want the universe on your side, pick a path that you want to go down, find the balance on how you're going to make it happen. Which way are you going to do that? You can't, unfortunately, divide your attention in 20 different things. You just can't. As much as we all try to. I know there's a lot of people out there that keep trying to do it. And I just figure that, you know, with enough time and effort, I'll just eventually make it happen. You can't. You can't, unfortunately, become a master in 20 different things. You can't. And Aquarius is notorious for trying to do that. You know, you start something, you have all these creative ideas and visions and things about, oh my God, I can really transform this or do this in my life. But at the end of the day, how many of those things have you done? Ask yourself that. Well, I could never get this off the ground. And then if you say you couldn't get it off the ground, then ask yourself why. Why couldn't you get off the ground? Was it because that the idea sucked? Or is it because there was not enough time put into that idea? Ask yourself that, Aquarius. Okay? Because unfortunately, at the end of the day, everyone's got the same 24 hours. And how you spend those 24 hours really does matter. So, doing it this year, 2022, ask yourself, how are you going to spend your time? Are you going to worry that you just never have the time to do stuff, or are you going to change that up and focus it on one thing? Something that you can definitely be productive in and get something new off the ground. Think about it. Alright, we're going to go to our single Aquarius. Yes. Alright, we're going to love singles. What do we got for our single Aquarius is going the first 2 weeks of January 2022 that are dealing with somebody? This means that if you are dealing with somebody, it's a person that's romantically on your mind, not your mom, not your dad, not your uncle. It's somebody that basically you are romantically interested in. Okay, at least one person for this portion of the reading. Okay, if you do not have anyone that you have any romantic interest in, then please go to love singles, not dealing with anyone, in the comment section down below in the pinned comment, please. What do we have for our Aquarius singles that are dealing with at least one person? Tell me about the recent past. Give me 2 cards, please. What do I need to know? Clarify 1 to the 10 of Pentacles upright. Why was that in the recent past? Where singles. First, we have basically the Four of Wands in reverse, and then we have the Ten of Pentacles upright, and the Queen of Swords in reverse. Interesting. The Four of Wands in reverse does talk about essentially probably feeling that there was some instability or some issues here. Okay, whoever this person was, you're feeling that essentially there might have been some family drama going on. This is a person that essentially may not be liked by your family or by your friends, per se. That's not going to be for all of you, but for some of you, this is somebody that could also be an ex-baby mama, ex-baby daddy, or whatever like that you're dealing with. Whatever the case is, it's over family instability. Generally, when the Four of Wands is reversed, it does talk about that. It can also talk about essentially just disruption, just delays, things not going in the right direction. We also have the Ten of Pentacles here, so it was probably, I would assume, if we have a card that's talking about instability and problems, it was probably over something that would be the direct opposite of that. Talking about stability, growth, expansion. So for some of you, this may have been career issues, money issues, not really having the finances. And we have the Queen of Swords in reverse clarifying to it. So I have to assume that there was probably some vicious communication or some issues going on with that, or criticism or whatever about that. You know, maybe it's also possible, given this is air energy and it's an air reading, that maybe that you communicated and voiced to this person that you were a little bit irritated about the instability that was occurring in this situation. Ten of Pentacles would talk about the best possible stability, but with Queen of Swords in reverse, and it's to this person, I have to assume that maybe this person and this instability here, that maybe you were voicing to this person that you wanted better stability, but this person wasn't getting the message. Therefore, you were kind of going in a more direct tone, just being a little bit cutthroat. Okay, for others of you, you may not have done that, and it's possible that whoever you're dealing with was probably this person, and the Queen of Swords in reverse, which is somebody that would be use logic as a weapon, being a little bit more ridiculous, kind of always spiteful. That you know, they gave you shit, they did stuff for you, therefore you need to pay attention to them. Good for them. Good for them. This might have been somebody that might have been causing some issues in your life, Aquarius. Not really working with you towards that Ten of Pentacles, but rather against you, if anything. Kind of always just causing havoc and issues, raising up hell. And then when you question them about it, would basically throw up arms to you. Who this person might be, can I get two cards describing on who this person that Aquarius singles has been dealing with? Who's this person? Give me two cards. This is a person, Aquarius, that has a bit of a Debbie Downer. They also have been stuck in you. Somebody that basically can't ever really get the emotional satisfaction they want from you, but at the same time has probably had a history with you where they can't really seem to walk away with you. There's always a lot of gray areas with this person. Constantly feel like you're stuck, going back and forth with this person. And this person, whenever you talk to them, basically never has a really optimistic vision of life. This might be a person that is constantly always saying things are going wrong for them, and they're always stuck, always getting the shit end of the stick. Okay. What has Aquarius singles been focused on regarding this person? What do we need to know about what Aquarius has been focused on regarding this particular individual? Aquarius singles. You've been wanting to have a lot more emotional growth with this person and forward movement. Essentially, your expectations, I can tell you right now, is coming back to what's in the past, this Ten of Pentacles. You've been wanting to have marriage possibly with this person, or a serious relationship, something that's long-term, something that's going to be loving, where this person supports you, cares about you, nurtures you, and really can have deep conversations with you. Someone that's really got your back, especially grow with you and go on your venture. Right? They see the bigger picture with you, but unfortunately you're doing it with somebody that doesn't seem to... Well, look what came out, the King of Swords upright. It just shot out on its own, Aquarius energy. So we'll take that and just put it to the side. I don't know what that's referring to. What can Aquarius singles expect going into the first 2 weeks of January? Give me two cards. That's probably the truth right there. Okay, so it's possible that there's going to be forward movement, progress. Things are going to, there's probably going to be an increase in intimacy. You're an opportunity, though. Keep in mind, it's Ace of Wands, so it's an opportunity. It doesn't mean to say it will happen, but there is going to be a possibility to bring this person out of the cold. Five of Wands in reverse. For those of you that have basically been at distance with this person, or basically decided to call it quits with this person, there's going to be an opportunity to bring this person back out of the cold with you. Okay? And I think if that does occur, expect that there's going to be some intimacy as well. It seems like there is, with the Ace of Wands, there is a strong desire for that probably in this person, which is why that opportunity is going to present itself. What general messages do we have for our single Aquariuses dealing with this particular person on this board, or their person? General messages for our single Aquariuses going the first 2 weeks of January 2022. What do we need to know? We got King of Wands in reverse, and we have the Six of Wands upright. A little concerning. Clarify the King of Wands in reverse. What do we need to know about that? Why is the King of Wands showing up in Aquarius' general messages? Five of Wands and, the King of Wands in reverse, and then the Five of Cups upright. Yeah. That's not good at all. Clarify this Five of Pentacles in reverse for what to expect going in the first 2 weeks for Aquarius singles. Why is that there? I need to backtrack here. Aquarius. Figure this out. Why this happens. Oh, fuck me, dude. Okay. Aquarius, yeah. Please be advised here, strongly. Look. So, there's going to be this this person is going to want to come out the cold with you. Okay, so they may reach out to you, want to kind of introduce, say, hey, I haven't seen you in a while, I want to meet up with you, do something with you, just connect, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay, what is clarified to is to this Five of Swords here, it's Ten of Swords. So it's indicating someone that you rejected, somebody that basically you knew was bad news for you. Okay, somebody that betrayed you in the past. This is somebody that you know already has a complex to them of betrayal, cheating, being deceitful, whatever. Essentially this person, whoever this person is, essentially has screwed you over in the past. Okay, but this person is going to want to come out to the cold. So just be aware of that. Okay, what to expect. Okay, but your general messages is a player card, King of Wands in reverse, and it's clarified to Five of Cups, massive disappointment, hopelessness, failure, being upset. This guy's literally crying on his knees. And it's to the player card. Yeah. Six of Wands here is the only good thing here, but the question is, what is that about? I want to clarify that too. Clarify Six of Wands upright. Be very cautious here, Aquarius. Yeah, very cautious. This person seems like they've left a trail of destruction. Oh, there you go. Aquarius, yeah. Justice in reverse, the Six of Wands. So you are going to hold your head up high. Why? Because what would the player do? The player would be somebody that basically is going to break hearts. It's going to basically make promises that he or she can't commit to or do. This is a person that knows. They tell people shit all the time, and then they basically break their promises. Okay, when promises are broken, it leads to disappointment. Yeah, we're going to be in a relationship together. Things are going to be different, and the person goes and screws around with somebody else. What the fuck happened? Definitely be upset about that. Okay? And then we have a card of, becoming victorious through competition and strife. What does it clarify to? Injustice. This person, yeah, Aquarius singles here, please, 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 please. In a strong message here, there is a fire sign. This is a fire sign, probably a Leo of some sort. And strongly a Leo. Okay. Also, possibly a Cancer. We have, three cards of Cancer. So this could be a Cancer of some sort. This Cancer, Leo, maybe maybe a Gemini, but fucking whatever. You know, whatever the case is here. Okay, it's a fire sign, water sign. That's all you need to know. With a bit of a hint of air. This particular person, single Aquariuses, if you've had involvement with this is a person that's been back and forth, back and forth. This is a person that frequently lies and makes shit up. This is a person that has stabbed you in the back many times before. This is possibly somebody that is, fucking up to no good. I would avoid this person like the plague. Okay, this person, essentially, Aquarius, is going to come out, they're going to want to reapproach you and reestablish things. But the tarot showing here, this person's really hasn't changed one bit, and all the problematic shit that led to the injustices, the issues that basically maybe put you on guard or put you at a distance or made you kind of lose hope or be on edge or whatever like that, it's all still here. And this person hasn't changed one bit whatsoever. Okay? And at the end of the day, I mean, your general message is showing essentially marching through, this is literally from the Five of Wands to the Six of Wands for a reason, because Five of Wands is competition and drama and issues, people kind of challenging each other and going through all that bullshit, whatever like that. And the guy's like marching through here because he's so victorious about it. He's like, yeah, I went through the fucking ringer, bitch, and now I'm coming through my horse here back into town. I did it. I'm holding my head up high. And what is it too? Injustice. I always have the fucking Injustice card, with the player card. King of Wands in reverse. And there's literally upset, being upset. I mean, what more do you want? What more clarification do you want? Who is this person? Somebody that stabbed you in the back. Somebody that stabbed you in the back. Yeah, Aquarius, just be careful here, So, you're dealing with a Viper here, unfortunately, and I don't care. I try to be more positive in these bi-weekly readings if I can, but I mean, this is just a Viper. And I wouldn't fucking, trust him as far as I could throw him, because it seems that whatever happens, this person's going to try and come out the cold and immediately just do what the same bullshit they've always done. Because they probably know that, they've had experience with pulling you along or, fucking you around and stuff like that. And their perception is that, if I just gotta say the right things or make up the right kind of bullshit, Aquarius will believe it and I can come back in their life and screw them over again. And maybe they're not intentionally thinking that. It's just a way of life for them. They just do it. They just do it because that's how they've always done it. This is a person that may look good and be charming for some of you, especially with all this Wands energy here. Definitely may be somebody that is also got a kind of flaunts a lot of stuff or an ego about them and stuff like that. Always thinks that they, are entitled to shit and stuff like that. This is an absolute idiot. Like a total idiot. I'm sorry, Grace, but no. It's a no for me. But anyways, and then we even had you show up in your own reading. There you go. Sitting on the throne, being defensive. Why would the king hold the sword then? Why would the queen hold the sword? Because, there's bullshit. And this is a bullshit situation. So there you go. Sit on your throne and be careful. Let that bullshit come through, but sit on your throne, stand strong, and basically make sure you understand all the terms and conditions if someone comes out. What the fuck are you selling? Well, blah, blah, blah. No, that's not going to do it for me. You've had a history of fucking me over and blah, blah, blah. That's not going to do it, unfortunately. Well, blah, 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 blah. No. It's a no. I'm not saying do that to every person. I'm just saying if this is a person that has a history, Aquarius, of screwing you over and being deceptive, then hold them to that kind of level where you have to kind of scrutinize them. And when they complain and dick and moan that, why am I getting blah, blah, treated like this and like, because you've earned it. That's why. That's why you get treated like that, because you've earned it. You've made it clear that I can't trust you and I can't do stuff, and that's why you get treated like that. But is it everybody? No. And definitely don't hold other people that you don't know. I mean, if you don't know and it seems like a reasonable person, don't hold them to that kind of treatment. Be open to them. You know, give them the benefit of the doubt. But I think everybody deserves at least that. Alright. Moving on here. Alright, we're moving to our Aquarius singles, not dealing with anyone. What can Aquarius singles, not dealing with anybody at all, what can they expect? 2 cards, please. Going in the first 2 weeks of January 2020. Clarified 2 of Cups, upright. Or reverse. Why is it there? For our Aquarius singles, not dealing with anyone. Alright, so Aquarius, non-singles. If you have had any loss of hope that you'll ever get a relationship going, or things are ever going to turn around, the universe has heard your cries, because we got the Queen of Wands showing up here. Somebody that's hot, sexy, charming, passionate. You're going to have somebody in the next 2 weeks going to January that is going to show up for you. This is probably going to be a fire sign. Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, one or the other, doesn't really matter. Okay, whoever this person is, it's going to be somebody that's active. This is a person that's going to probably, more than likely, dress in a way that you like. They're going to look good. This is somebody that's going to basically, be able to show you a good time if you hang out with them. This is also a person being courageous that may be somebody that may potentially reach out to you, make the first move. Okay, whoever this person is, it's going to catch your eye. Okay, the Queen and the King, when they're upright, are people that you can't get your eyes off. When you see them, you'll know, because they're somebody that is fiery, excites you. Whatever emotional energy, which be that water energy, they get it ignited. Okay, so for those, every person pretty much in their chart is going to have some degree of water in their chart. And it's going to ignite that emotional side of you. So you, fortunately, Aquarius singles, not dealing with anyone, need to be aware, though, that the 2 of Cups in reverse and the Star in reverse doesn't seem like you have a very good optimistic side of things, that everything's going to ever come forwards for you. Well, Tarot's saying that, yes, there is going to be something here. However, a lot of you are like, oh, whoopee, so that means I get to just sit in my house and do absolutely nothing. I don't have to do a fucking thing whatsoever. No. Just be aware of that the opportunity for whoever this person may be is going to be there. I don't know how it's going to show up. It could be electronic messages. It could be someone that you meet at the store or whatever like that. Okay, but just be aware in the next 2 weeks you need to keep your ears, your eyes open for this person. They're going to show up in the weirdest way, and it's going to be somebody that basically might just ask you a couple questions. Hey, what are you doing? Or, can you help me find this to get this off the shelf or something like that? Can you do something? I prefer this flavor or whatever like that. It's going to be something weird like that. I can tell you that right now. single Aquariuses. It's going to be a small interaction, very small. Even though that interaction is incredibly small, it's going to require you to be a little bit ballsy, whether you're a guy or a girl, to basically open that mouth a little bit, okay? This person, being a fire energy and how they're showing up, is going to be receptive to it. So you'll know when it happens. Why? Because like I said, this person will probably say something to you. And when they do, you in the moment need to get some courage and basically decide whether or not you want to interact with this person or not. And if it's someone that's crazily just not your type whatsoever, not I think they're not our type, it's like, you know they're not your type, then, and you don't want anything to do with them, then don't entertain it. I'm not saying go for someone that you clearly know is just, like, you're just not whatsoever attracted to. But I mean, if this person, based on the tarot, it should be someone that you're going to be attracted to. Someone that's going to be, you know, may not be a supermodel, but it's going to be somebody that you find attractive to some extent. Something about them. Okay? And, like I said, I would expect that this person will have an interaction with you of some degree. But you will be required at this point, when this person does, make some effort to open your mouth and interact with them. If you don't, then the opportunity will sail on by. That's what I got for you. Sorry, it's short and sweet, but that's, yeah. Majority of my users are dealing with somebody, so that's why I can't expand too much on this. But hey, you got a fire sign coming in with you. That's awesome. Yeah. Can't complain. Hot and sexy. It's like a hot and spicy from McDonald's, but it's a hot and sexy from the universe. We're going to our Aquarius who are committed in a relationship. Yes. That means that you're involved actively with somebody. Doesn't matter if you're loosely involved with this person or whatever. You are to some extent involved with this person. In some way where you've decided that you're boyfriend and girlfriend. What do we have for our non-single Aquariuses going in the first... no. What do we have for our non-single Aquariuses? Can we first get their past before we go into that? Can we get 2 cards for their recent past that are involved with a partner? 2 cards, please. Recent past. Oh, God. What is Aquarius focused on regarding this partner of theirs? Well, geez. What can Aquarius expect in their relationship with this person going forwards in the next 2 weeks of January? Can I get 2 cards, please? Two cards. Turn around. Clarify the Tower for Aquarius that's been involved with their partner in the recent past. Why was Aquarius having a Tower moment with their partner? Tell me more about that. Do one more shuffle. King of Swords. Aquarius energy. That's the second time that's showing up in 2 different decks. 8 of Wands in reverse. Clarify the 4 of Swords in reverse. Why was that there for Aquarius' recent past? Their partner. What do I need to know about that? What do I need to know? Page of Wands. Aquarius, there's been basically in your recent past here with your partner delays and blockages. I don't know if there's been arguing or fighting, or probably, more than likely, you guys probably haven't really been seeing eye to eye on which way you're going about things. Maybe you just kind of been a little bit distant from each other, just kind of, you love with each other, probably have sex with each other, just stuff like that. But at the same time, it might not feel like things are really going in a direction where you both wholeheartedly see eye to eye on things. And at the same time, I think there's might have been a bit of silence, a silent period, but it's for a brief period of time. But maybe you're coming out of that, and it's suggesting that there is a desire for action to be taken. The universe with the Tower card upright, suggesting that the universe stepped in. Something might have happened between you two that kind of maybe is and it's over this Eight of Wands reverse, talking about silence almost. So maybe you guys were, like I said, ignoring each other for a little bit, or just kind of, I don't know if you're having a break or you had a fight or just kind of not on the best terms, but there might have been a bit of staleness. Okay? It doesn't necessarily even have to be a fight. It just could be that you guys are at a distance from each other. But whatever the case is, the universe seems to put a thunderbolt trying to change things up. Bang! Okay, we've got your attention now. Focus. There's 9 of Pentacles upright, and then the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Which is interesting. It's both Pentacle energy. So both talking about career and finance. So this seems to be a heavy emphasis on making money, growth, and development. And this is also talking about being an individual. So Aquarius, this is your reading. So it's your partner. It's not your partner's reading, it's your reading. So I have to assume that this 9 of Pentacles is probably talking about your own self-dependence and growth and prosperity. So I want to say that there might have been a question about that. I don't know. Maybe you're just wondering about, like, do I really need this person? You know, is this person really complementing my life, or are they just dragging me down? I don't know. 6 of Pentacles in reverse does talk about sometimes closing off to the idea of giving. Upright, he's giving everything he's got because he has money. Reverse part suggesting not so much. A little closed off to that. Could also have felt that maybe sometimes people were taking advantage of you. Maybe you just felt like the resources were being spent in the wrong direction, and so you're shut off because of it. It's very difficult, but I mean, we went from basically this is a relationship reading, and we've got 9 of Pentacles, clearly one person. You know, looking good and focusing on the best. So, you know, I'm coming to a new year here, so new version of me type thing. You know, I want to look better. I want to basically, I can do better than what I have right here. So, I mean, obviously, if you're getting, you know, having some back and forth with your partner, okay, it causes delays, which is hence why the 8 of Wands reverse. And then it's like, what would people be doing? They wouldn't be, you know, hunky-dory with their partner. They'd be focusing on themselves, their own development, their own hide. Okay? What to expect, though, is King of Pentacles. Things are going to stabilize out. I think that you are going to transform from this 9 of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles energy here. I do think that you are going to have some type of transformation that is going to lead to more maturity about your situation. And I think whoever your partner is, if they have been kind of doubting you or just kind of being a distance, is going to find you a lot more attractive. It's also possible for a select portion of you that you will find new love. Okay, so if you do have a breakup with this person, I'm just letting you know, and I'm not wishing it or hoping for it. I'm just saying, if you do have a new breakup, hence why this Tower moment here, and this is why I'm saying this, because the Tower moment is here. It could be a splitting between you two. For some of you, it may be a disruption moment where things start to essentially transition from we were in a relationship for a long time, we're breaking apart, I'm becoming an independent energy, I'm coming on my own now, and then I find new love. Okay, so if that's the case, then expect new love. For others of you that are still in this relationship, if you are not deviating from it, I think there might be some friction that's keeping guys apart, but I do think that things are going to return to stability, and there will be growth, more prosperity, more money, and I think things will come back together. That's what I'm getting. Okay, take it or leave it. And give me one card of advice for Aquarius non-singles that are dealing with their partner currently. What advice do we have? One card of advice. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so I think that's coming right back, which is quite interesting because we've got the direct opposites with the 9 of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles right here. Focus on your finances. Focus on what you have. Okay, so if things are going... So number one, if you're in this situation where things are kind of tearing away from your partner, there might have been a separation moment and stuff like that, then don't allow yourself to basically lose your shit and lose your financial stability, your growth, your prosperity, and just your foundation that you walk on. Focus on that, if that's the case, okay? Why? Because by doing that, you'll get into the King of Pentacles energy upright. Very important. For others of you that basically, are not separated, you're still together and stuff like that, you're still dealing with this person and stuff like that, then the advice would probably suggest to first look at not just the financial and materialistic side, but also the emotional aspects of things. Where does the love and satisfaction fit in with the materialistic aspect of the relationship? So what do I mean by that? Well, if you're working a lot of hours, or they're working a lot of hours, then ask yourself, where is the love and romance in this connection? You guys are clearly together, you should know that. Okay, so ask yourself that. How much time do we spend, having sex? How much time do we have just basically having I love you moments and all that kind of stuff? Okay, Queen of Pentacles is water energy with pentacle energy, so it's going to suggest a little bit of the materialistic aspect, money, your stability, the more tangible stuff in life, and it's also got the water aspect, suggesting that there's still some, love carrying, coming from the cups realm, the water aspect. So there's still that really, it's the perfect harmony, the balance, stability. That's why it's the card of stability, because it kind of encompasses a little bit of the emotional aspect with the materialistic aspect, but it's reversed here, so suggesting that there's instability. So really ask yourself, how do we make that happen? There may be some issues that are dividing you two based on your finances and your love life. So just be careful about that. Investigate it. Ask your partner. Let me suggest your partner. What do you want to do differently? Let's change something up for 2022. Just advice. Do what you want. Alright. Get creative with it, Aquarius. You pretty much invented creativity. Oh, we're going to your monies. Aquarius. What do we have for the general collective of Aquarius for their monies going in the first 2 weeks of January 2022? Can I get 3 cards, please? 3 cards for Aquarius's monies, please. Give me 2 challenge cards and 2 solutions for Aquarius. The general collective of Aquarius going in the first 2 weeks of January, please. 2022. 2 challenges, 2 solutions. Alright, Aquarius, so essentially we have Queen of Wands in reverse, we have 9 of Wands in reverse, and then the King of Swords in reverse. This is all going to basically talk about, very simply, straightforward, just feeling like you are not really getting owed what you really should be getting owed, essentially. Okay, some of you out there may be feeling that, number one, things are stagnating between you. Some of you may be feeling like you want to give up on things. Some of you may just be actually almost a little bit pissed off that, in fact, that, this is just kind of bullshit. Especially with the King of Swords in reverse. It's a very logical, analytical person, but when it's reversed, can have a bit of a temper to him. Just feeling like, almost impatience. I'm getting a lot of impatience. Things are not paying off and going in the right direction, and you need to really basically be making 10 times what you should be, getting right now, and you're not getting it, so therefore I'm just kind of pissed off. And there might be also some stagnancy with the Queen of Wands in reverse, just some on and off energy. But it's just some of you, and then the Nine of Wands in reverse, just indicating we've got stagnancy, and then we're talking about basically possibly throwing in the towel, just wanting to give up. A lot of pessimism, I think, going into the first 2 weeks of January here, Aquarius. In your challenge position, we have the Star card, Aquarius energy, showing up in your own reading as a challenge. Challenge is basically maintain whatever wish you have, whatever basically dream that you have, okay? If you do have one, and for those of you that don't, meaning that you have nothing, you're just the type of person that wakes up and does the grind, it goes to the same job every single day and come back, okay? Especially this is talking to you, meaning that you need to have a vision for yourself. You need to basically dream something up. If you don't believe it, then how can anyone else believe it? You gotta believe it first, Aquarius. Okay? And in your advice here, High Priestess in reverse, not trusting your intuition, letting others guide you. Others telling you, whether this be you're watching advice videos and some other person telling you what to do, your parents, your friends. This is not listening to your advice about the dream that you want to pursue. Do what makes you happy, Aquarius. That is, it's so clear and cut right here. We have this kind of defeatist energy showing up going into the first 2 weeks of January. Not really the best energy I would like to see going into 2022. But your challenge is really to be clear and decisive about what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Write it down. Make sure that you are clear to the universe. This is what I want. This is what I'm doing. And despite all odds, despite everyone saying I can't do it, I'm going to do it. Okay? I'm going to trust my intuition. Not going to basically have all these voices chiming in my ear that I can't do it. Don't listen to them. Don't. You're going to find very quickly, when you get older in life and stuff, for those of you in your 20s and stuff, I'm hitting 34, and I'm still young, but it's amazing how much time has passed by, and it's just staggering that it's like just in that short period of time I've been on this earth, it's like how many voices are chiming in your ear constantly about what you need to be doing with your life. I mean, none of them know what exactly you want or what I want. Doing this message, what we want as a goal or a dream, they don't know that. So then, what the fuck are they telling you what you should be doing? How the fuck do they know? Don't listen to them. They do what your heart desires and follow your own mind, what your gut's telling you to do. Not what somebody. Even if you face hardship, sometimes you do have to face a lot of hardship to get to where you want to go. Your second challenge is the Tower. Universe is making this happen for you. It's putting a thunderbolt. It's probably trashing whatever stagnation that you're having for good reason. For good reason, Aquarius. Because it's trying to get you to focus on what you need to be doing with yourself. This Aquarius energy right here. Okay, and the Tower is some Aries energy here, Mars. So I think basically, the universe is basically going to come in here and destroy the foundation, one that is corroding anyways. It's going down. The tower is not going to be standing upright without the intervention of the universe. It's going to fall anyways. It's just something that's probably, for a lot of you out there, especially with this energy I'm seeing coming into there, it's not something that is going to sustain the tower anyways. It's something that's just apathetic, bored. I'm just dissatisfied. There's blockages, roadblocks, and blah, blah, blah. Really and truly, this Star card is all that really matters right here. Okay. Now, the Tower being a strong intervention from the universe as your next challenge. So the universe is going to test you. It's going to throw you some curveballs, something that's really going to level the way that you do things. How that happens, I don't know. But the universe is really going to test a lot of you Aquarians out there. Okay. And the advice here is the Hermit in reverse. Don't be paralyzed by analysis, okay? And don't be excessively in search of answers that are never going to explain the situation without actually doing it. Meaning that you can hoard all the information you want. You can do every possible thing to try and play it safe and get all the reviews on whatever website, and you can try and get all the books and all, sit there for weeks on end trying to get information. But sometimes at the end of the day, it's just a case of paralysis by analysis. And the universe, I think, knows that. It knows that Aquarius is unfortunately fall victim to that because they're an analytical, creative individual that oftentimes will get lost in that. And, you know, they spend too much time doing that more than they do progress. And therefore, sometimes you got to throw a thunderbolt to light that fire under their ass for them to do something. And I think that's what the advice is about. But anyways, Aquarius, that's what I got for you. So make some progress, make some moves, adhere to the advice, I think. Definitely there's a lot of potential for 2022, and I think you're going to be able to do it. But maintain that star card right there. Make sure you know what exactly it is that you're trying to achieve. You know, a lot of you probably, I'm going to anticipate, probably don't even know what it is that you're trying to achieve. So if that's the case, write it down, write it down, write it down. SMART goals. If you don't know what a SMART goal is, go and look it up. Go to Google and search SMART goals. Okay? There's where to start. Alright, thanks guys for watching.